Tomar Ray of the Red Level of Light has hijacked the Green Lantern and is off to kill Mogo. The Void. The Circle of Light appears before Hal Jordan once again. Hal Jordan, be unknown. You exist at the unknown level of light. You must have knowledge of unknown to command the flame. You must be unknown, entirely unknown. I am the secret heart within every star. Know the unknown. Know me. The voice tells him. A small pinprick of pink light appears within the circle. Hal suddenly opens his eyes to find himself floating in an unknown space. He looks up to see Guy Gardner and John Stewart standing over him. Guy glowing with a red light, John with yellow. Hal Jordan, are you okay? John asks. Hal shakes his head. He is slowly drifting. Guy Gardner? John? It's good to see you guys. I'm fine. I just drifted off for a second. I'd say I had the weirdest dream, but it probably wasn't a dream, was it? Hal whispers, but he looks around them and sees others floating in the distance, his own skin glowing with a pink light. Suddenly, they are joined by Joe, who glows with a green light. More like an alien abduction. What just happened, John? She asks. He shrugs. Well, Tomar Ray was looking for you, and it looks like he found you. You're back in the presence of Oa. John explains as if it makes all the sense in the world. He motions to Hal and his pink light. What happened to you both, Joe? Because Hal wasn't glowing that color last time I saw him. John points out. Joe quickly fills them in on the attack by the Hammond-controlled Obsidian, and how Hal managed to save the monster and reveal that it was Todd Rice. Then we went outside and the Green Lantern was there. Then an alien I saw in a vision tells us he wants to shoot it like a gun, zaps us aboard, and here we are, back in John Stewart's limbo and lectures. Joe sighs as she finishes the story. She glances at John and raises an eyebrow. Shouldn't you be telling me to be without fear? Isn't this the same place as last time? She asks. John shakes his head and looks at Guy. It's not that simple, he finally says. John and Guy exchange a look before Guy finally shakes his head. You tell her. I don't think I get it, Guy finally says before floating away. We are in the same place. In a sense, we're inside the Green Lantern in the presence of Oa. That never changes. Each Green Lantern is a doorway to that, but we're in the doorway. So we're in Oa, but also in the Lantern. And the Lantern, our Lantern, it's in motion and moving fast, John explains to her. Back on Earth, Simon Baz and Cameron Chase watch as the Green Lantern disappears into the night sky. Where's it going? And how did Joe and Hal vanish into thin air? Simon finally asks. Cam shrugs and lights a cigarette. I'm pretty sure that was Bird Guy beaming them up, she says as she inhales the smoke. She blows it out and remembers what she can. Real name Tomar Ray. Joe had visions of this guy during the Evergreen incident. He's another one like her, an anomaly, she explains. Nearby, they hear the sound of approaching soldiers. Weapons down, both of you! The soldiers shout as they round the corner and raise their weapons. Simon lifts his pistol and aims. Maybe later, he growls. Cam drops her cigarette and draws her weapon. Both agents moving for cover as they open fire. The soldiers open fire back, and rounds tear through the warehouse around them. Hammond's people, back up for the obsidian creature. We need to fall back, Cameron shouts. Simon shakes his head as he ducks under cover behind the walls of the warehouse. Rice is in there. We can't let them have him again. What'll they turn him into next time? I'll get him. You prep the getaway. he shouts back at her. He tosses her the car keys before ducking further inside. Quickly, he grabs Todd Rice and throws the man over his shoulder, but the soldiers quickly catch up to him. That body you're hauling is property of Hammond Industries. We've got plans for it. One of the soldiers growls as they raise their weapons. Simon slowly turns around and nods. Good to know, he says softly. Suddenly, the wall explodes inwards as Cameron drives the car through it, slamming into the group of soldiers and scattering them. Cam screeches to a stop and throws open the door. In the back, now! She shouts as the mercenaries quickly recover and open fire. But Cam steps on the gas and they drive off into the night. Meanwhile, back aboard the Lantern, Joe has had enough. I know we're not alone in here. You hear me? Tomar Ray! She shouts. There's a burst of red light, and Tomar Ray stands in front of her. That's the advantage of liminal space like this. I can be 1,000,000 parsecs away, or as close as the end of your beak, all at once, he tells her as he leans down. Is there a problem, Tomar Joe? He asks. She pokes him in the chest. We need to go back. I'm not leaving Cam again, she snaps. But Tomar Ray shakes his head. I'm sorry, Tomar Joe. Going back is not an option, he explains to her. Hector Hammond's still out there. He knows where we're hiding. If something happens to her, Joe snaps. But Tomar Ray continues to stare down at her. Something like a new planet in the heavens, howling about crime and judgment, the crust of your world bursting under her feet, a shockwave that turns everyone she ever met into atomic mist. Because that's something that happened to me, Tomar Joe, Tomar Ray tells her. Memories fill his mind of the day Mogo came to his world. His mother had been chosen by the Abin Sur and taken to the Green Lantern. She returned as a bearer of the red level of light. But when Mogo appeared, his mother gave him her light, sacrificed herself so that Ray could live. And then Ray watched as his world died. Angry red energy begins to pulse from Tomar Ray. The Green Lantern shattered. Over 3,000 souls were still in Oa space, connected through it. They're gone. There were other red flames aside from my mother. Green flames too. No gold and definitely nothing like Jordan. A black star hunted them all through the rubble of our world. They used their flames as Oa had taught them, and they were killed. And then the black star came to kill me, and I had not been taught. So I killed back. He was the first, Tomar Ray explains. He fought against the monster and killed it with the power of the red light, but it was not the last. He fought against Black Star after Black Star, using his powers to destroy them. As my skills grew, I earned a new name, Tomar, the Anomaly, feared by the Owens and Black Stars alike. I killed every Black Star I saw and stepped over Owen corpses to do it. But I always knew I needed a Tomar of the green power to work with, Tomar Ray tells her. He looks down on her, and an intact Green Lantern to be my weapon. We're not going back, Joe. We're going to hunt Mogo, kill him, and save the universe. Understand? He tells her as his eyes begin to glow, and Joe begins to cry in pain as her head feels like it's going to explode. But John is by his side, holding out a hand to slow Tomar Ray. You called the Green Lantern a weapon. You called it a gun. So if we're riding inside a gun, what's the ammunition? Where are the bullets, Tomar Ray? John asks. Tomar Ray motions to the others floating through the Owen space. Look around, John. Where do you think? He asks. John grits his teeth and clenches his fist. I had an inkling. "You know I can't let you sacrifice these people," he says sternly. Tomar Ray smiles and drops into a combat stance, the red flame growing brighter around him. "You think you can stop me, even with the gold power? Is that what you want to do right now?" he asks. He suddenly looks around. "We've reached Randstar, John Stewart. Take a look outside," Tomar Ray suggests. John closes his eyes and looks outside the lantern. 2 black stars are rushing towards the ship. "Owen trespassers, there is no surrender. You will be negated," the black stars shout over the comms. "I suppose this comes first," John sighs. He turns back to his friends and asks them if they're ready, but Jo isn't by his side. She's still inside the lantern. Something is wrong with her mind as she struggles to think, blood leaking from her nose. "What? I need to be out there. Help the others," she gasps. But Tomar Ray shakes his head. "Not part of the plan. The red power is restraint, Jo. Feel that? In your mind, shaped like a headache. That's me restraining you, building barriers between synapses, shutting down choices," he tells her. Jo tries to fight it, but Tomar Ray is too powerful. "You said you needed me, a Tomar of the Green to work with, but you meant through. I'm just the steering mechanism. You need an Abensor who isn't trained. Me. But now I know," she gasps, realizing the truth. "Even so, I'd relax into it. This'll go easier for you if you just accept control," he tells her. But Jo continues to fight, gathering herself. "You're forgetting something. The green power's higher up on the scale than the red. I'm stronger than you," she gasps. But Tomar Ray shakes his head. "But you aren't trained in Owen rules, so let's use logic. I'm older than you. I've survived more than you. I've had more practice with my flame than you. What makes you think you can even lay a glove on me, Jo Mulane of Earth?" he asks. Jo grits her teeth and draws all her strength. "Have you ever suffered, Tomar Ray? Even with your crybaby backstory, I don't think you have. Not properly. Not yet," Jo growls at him as she turns, lashing out with a giant construct fist that slams into Tomar Ray and knocks him away, sending him flying back through the Owen space. And that was the complete story for Absolute Green Lantern, issue 14 by Al Ewing. Who knows what side the Red Lantern truly is on, and who knows how powerful Jo really is. But more importantly, I'm excited to see what Hal can do against the Black Stars next time. But let me know what you thought about today's comic in the comments down below, and like and subscribe to help out the channel. I'm Dan with Comicstorian, and we will see you next time. Rest in peace, Ben.